What's up guys, how are you today? In this video I'm gonna show you what you have to do before your long motorcycle trip. When I said long, I mean 10,000 kilometers or more. If you have unlimited budget, this video is not for you. But if you want to do it as cheaper as possible, stay with me. The easiest way to do it is to drop the bike in the local garage and they will do it for you. That's okay, but here in Germany this procedure will cost me something like 1,000 euro. This is a lot of money. Actually, this is half of my budget for my next long trip. I know what you're going to say now. It's easy for you, but I don't know nothing about it. Just calm down. You don't need to be a mechanic to do some kind of do-it-yourself maintenance. Most of the things I'm going to show you are very easy to do it if you just check your manual. Let's go to the bike and I'm gonna show you what I mean. First steps, guys, is to lift the bike from the ground. You can use your central stand or jack. At the moment I use both because when the bike standing on the central stand, my front wheel hitting the ground and I want it at the moment to be free. Inspect the brake pads and the rotor. If they are in the middle of their life, change it. Of course, the same in the rear. As you can see here, my rotor is really bad, worn, so I have to change it. Just keep in mind that the best option is to change the brake pads and the rotor at the same time. This will provide you the maximum mileage after that. Usually it's a very simple procedure and you can do it yourself if you just check your manual. Check the condition of your front wheel bearing by spinning the tire around and listen for a strange noise, or maybe the best option is to grab the wheel like that and try to move it from one side to another. If you feel even a simple movement, that means you have to change it as soon as possible. Repeat the same procedure with your rear wheel. Check and if necessary, change the bearings on the steering column as well. You can make it by simply moving the forks from left to right and listen for strange noises or some kind of vibrations. Of course, the best option is to remove the forks and leave the triple clamp just to move free without any weight on it. Then you can see it easier. If you don't have a brand new bike or you never change the bearings on your bike, I will recommend it to do it before the trip. If you do so, you can prevent many problems, you can save a lot of time and money on your next trip. Next step is to check your chain and sprockets. If they show some kind of indications of wearing, just change it. They might look fine, but if you have more than 20,000 kilometers on it, it doesn't matter, just change it. It is very important to change the chain and sprockets at the same time. This will secure a maximum mileage after that. If you have a drive shaft, check the oil level and inspect for leaking. Inspect your throttle cables. They need to move free without any holes or noises. The same with your clutch cable. Just inspect it, check it for some kind of rust or some kind of sticking movement. If you have a hydraulic pump, check the oil level. Of course, check the oil level of the brakes as well. Your electric system is very important part of your motorcycle. Make sure that all the cables are fine, all connections are clean. If necessary, remove the tank or strip the bike completely to check all of the cables. In some places, for example, like here, I don't know, are you able to see it now, but the cables connect to the frame, so they're actually touching the frame. When you're moving your steering from left to right all the time, these cables always touching the frame, and during the time this could damage the cover of your cables. Another one example is here. You can see the cables actually touching the top of my fork. So what I did, I just put an extra rubber here to prevent this. Make sure that you checked all of that because it could be a real problem. It could even cause a fire. Of course, check all of your lights, headlight, high beam, indicators, flashlight. Go to the back and check the brake light, the stop light. Check even the light for your number shield. All of this is very important. Next step, very important step is to change the oil. Of course, change the oil filter and the air filter as well. Inspect the antifreeze level and the condition. If it's dirty, change it. Of course, inspect for some kind of linking. If you have an air-cooled motorcycle, just inspect the metal elements of the cylinder and the cylinder head. Change the spark plug. If you have more than one, change them all. Usually, the sparks last about 10,000 kilometers. So if yours are half of the way, just change it. You can keep it as a spare in your luggage. Better is to do it now than later on the road. In some bikes, the access to the spark plug is so difficult that actually you have to strip half of the bike to get access to it. Inspect the frame and the subframe for cracks and damages. If you find some, or if you have a plans to load a lot of luggage, make sure that you reinforce it properly. Buy new tires and new tubes. Yes, you can find very cheap tires and tubes on eBay, but I will recommend to do it in the local garage. Yes, it will cost you more, but you will have a fresh tire, they will do it properly, and also they will balance the wheel. And if you are lucky, you will come back without any punctures. If you want to save some money, remove the wheels from your motorcycle and bring it to the garage. This will reduce the price significantly. One very simple but very important step is to lubricate all of your locks. You can use the chain spray, just spray a little bit inside and then put your key and move it to left to right a couple of times. And repeat the procedure with all the locks you have on the motorcycle. During the years of use, a lot of dust going inside and sometimes the lock just stuck. It will be very bad if it happens in the middle of nowhere. And now guys, we're coming to the difficult part, or the part where you will need help or some mechanical skills. Checking the valve clearance. It is not that difficult procedure. Usually it's very well explained in your manual, but if you don't want to do it, just go to a local garage. On some bikes, like a BMW Boxer for example, it's a very easy procedure. You can just remove the cylinder head covers and make it so easy. But on my bike for example, I need more than 3 hours. The actual procedure of adjusting the valves is 15 minutes, but I need more than 2 hours to remove the tank, the seat and all of that stuff here to get access to it. One possible option is to go to the local garage and ask the guys there if somebody will want to come to your home and make it for you. Then you can make the hardest part, to strip the bike, and just leave the mechanic to finish the finest part for you. Then you can save some money. Next step guys is the forks and shock inspection. As you can see here, it's obvious that my forks are linking. So I need to change the semerings here. It is not that difficult procedure, but you have to have a special tools to do it. And usually these tools cost about 100 euros. So for about the same money or a little bit more, I will go to the local garage and they will do it for me. Of course, to save money, I will remove the forks from the motorcycle and just bring it to the garage, and then we'll reduce the price with maybe double. To remove the forks from the motorcycle, it's not that difficult procedure. It is almost the same at any bike, of course with just a small differences, but usually you have a bolt here on the top of the tripod clamp and you have the bolts on the bottom of the tripod clamp. First you have to remove your wheel, then you unscrew these bolts and you can easily twist and remove the fork. And don't forget to check the linkage and the bones underneath. Lubricate it, or if necessary, change it. After you do all of this guys, you're ready to go. It is impossible to predict everything, but at least we can try. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Ciao!